down and down. And the effect on that, the effect of that on you probably will be enough for you to stand up and remember what Mayegun says. If you don't stop them, they will never stop. Okay? If they have to put up a show to make you think something is happening, they will put up a show. You will be hearing all the billions, trillions, billions, trillions. They will be flying here and there. But guess what? None of them will be punished for any of this crime. And if they pretend to punish anybody, they also pardon themselves too. At least people jailed by PDP, they were pardoned, jailed by PDP for corruption, governors. They were pardoned by Buhari, the one that came to fight corruption since they decided to join APC. All of that happened right before your eyes. Why they also distract you with another one to make you think something is happening. The same thing is happening now, distracting you. I will be here. Inshallah, I will be here. People will curse us at the time. If you, I don't know if some of you probably remember this. I think it's this.
I might be 3 weeks. Okay, I'm for any breaking news. Breaking news. Breaking news. PMS. FX. Power. Nǹkan mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta tẹ́ yọ yẹn, bàbá mi, ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ máa gùn. Gbogbo ẹni tó ní ò ní dúró ṣe. Ọmọ máa kú lẹ́yọ kọ̀ọ̀kan báyìí. Ọ̀nà rèé, wọ́n kàn ṣe báyìí fún wọn ni. Wọ́n kàn mọ́ lọ, wọ́n kàn lọ kú. Tinubu, ìwọ ló ní fídíò yìí o. Olórí burúkú Báwà kò ní wọnú ẹ̀. Olórí burúkú Emefiele kò ní wọnú ẹ̀. Fídíò tí wọ́n ọ̀tọ̀ ni, ogun ló máa pa wọ́n. Bọ̀ ìwọ, bàbá mi, gbogbo ẹni tó bá máa yọ ẹlẹ́sẹ̀ sílẹ̀ lẹ́yọ kọ̀ọ̀kan báyìí ni wọ́n mọ̀ yọ wọ́n bí ọwọ́. Wọ́n mọ̀ yọ ẹni tó bá ní ò ní ṣe. Ṣé o rí bí wọ́n ṣe ń pè ọ́ lórúkọ yìí? Ń pè ọ́ lórúkọ o. Kábíyèsí sá, máa ṣe à. Èwo oríkùnlẹ̀ mo wà. Ọkọ mi, ọmọ àròmù, ò ní sórí burúkú. O máa jí, wàá tún jí. Ẹni tó bá ní ò ní jí, ò ní ṣe, ò ní gbébà. Tó bá ṣe jí báyìí, wọ́n á sọ pé wọ́n ń ṣe bẹ́rí àlọ́wọ́ lágbára Ọlọ́run. Fún mẹ́ta tó yọ yẹn, tó yọ ṣọ́ọ̀kì lẹ́sẹ̀ wọn. Ẹ ní sórí burúkú. Tọmọtọmọ, Ṣèyí Tinubu, ò ní kú o. Fọláṣadé, ò ní sórí burúkú. Rẹ̀mí, pílà, ẹ ní kú. Màmá mi, èmi ò rúro fún tẹ́ ẹ ṣe yìí. Tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ kó tálí. Tó bá ní Nàìjíríà máa dà, Nàìjíríà máa dùn. Ẹnìkan ló mọ wá ṣe. Ẹnìkan ṣoṣo ló dẹ̀ ti dé. Ó ti dé. Bàbá, báwo ni inú èèyàn ṣe máa jọ Dẹ̀ǹdé tó bá ń sùn nínú ilé? O kò jí, o kò tún gbọ́ another news. Báwo ni inú ẹ̀ ṣe rí? Láláì má bribe ẹ̀, wọn fún ẹ lówó. Bí inú mi ṣe ń dùn nìyẹn. Bí irú bàbá wo rè? Àwọn ò ní pa ẹ o. Tó bá fẹ́ pa ẹ, ogun ló máa pa wọ́n.
Anybody tó bá sọ pé ó fẹ́ pa Tinubu, ogun máa pa this time around. They make that guy Afolayan. You probably you know him very well. He's it's one of, I don't know how to describe him by the way, like, it's one of those clowns, that are supposed to be not only educated, is also well traveled, I believe, and is an actor too. You see, before the elections, right? This guy, if this guy talks about the bad government, the failed government in Nigeria and all of that, oh, a lot of this, some of you actually loved him so much. But me, they use my side eye, they follow. Then when the election came, this guy was practically calling any Yoruba that failed to support Tifnumbu Omoale. He is one of those who amplified that Omoale. Do you understand? And when Tifnumbu now came in and announced that he has removed subsidy so that he can save the money to improve the welfare of Nigerians. Also, that he has also decided to float the naira. Okay, so he was so happy. He said he was naturally happy. Okay, that a lot of people believe that subsidy is a scam because politicians told them it's a scam. Yes, there's corruption around it, but subsidy is not scam. All over the world, there is always a segment of the society that the government have to subsidize, or else there will be wahala. Do you understand? It is only in Nigeria that Nigerians, after they use their tax money to pay the official salaries of these criminal politicians, Nigerians still have to subsidize them, subsidize their family, subsidize their own extended friends and all of that, when they allocate humongous amount of money for their own welfare. Okay? So they said, since Nigeria is poor now, they can no longer afford to subsidize the common product that people actually really use to run the economy. So to them, it is to fight those who are making illegal money from that subsidy. Okay? And they will use the money, reinvest the money. Similar thing to the forex, the foreign exchange. Okay? So when this news broke, an ignorant person like him, right? Despite his education, I don't know how much of education, but I mean, I believe that he's a well-traveled guy from that family as well, a Lion family. Well, he threw everything every caution into there. So they said, Tifnumbu will no get any plan. Tifnumbu will no go attend any debate or any TV interview, anything. Convince them that he will be able to, you know what I mean? So when Tifnumbu announced that subsidy was gone, a liter of petrol was 187 naira, I think, 167 naira. At most, 187 naira, okay? When Tifnumbu said he was floating the naira, with an ignorant fellow like that, saying he was so happy with that announcement, that breaking news makes him so happy. Sure, you understand now? When Tifnumbu said he was floating the naira, it was like a kite. There was nothing to back it. An ignorant fellow like him, who said they were happy. A dollar then was 710 naira to a dollar. Okay. So immediately after all of that, I'm coming back to that of electricity. They have already told you they are removing subsidy on that too. I will explain what the subsidy on electricity is. It is not because this government is paying any money on electricity. In fact, your Minister of Electricity, the son of, what's that guy's name again? Peculiar Mercy, Penkele Mercy. Adelabu, his son is your Minister of Darkness right now. Abi, he's already told you that before you can see real power in Nigeria, you have to wait till 2026. The guy came out today and said, again, they can no longer subsidize electricity, as if to say they are paying electricity companies money. They are not, but I'm coming to that. You see our guy that said dollar should be, floating off naira over nothing because of his lack of intelligence, right? Or ignorance, so to say. Dollar then was 710 naira. After they floated it, dollar is now over 1,500 naira. Now, what that simply means, the effect of that is removal of subsidy, where the economy, the macroeconomy really depends on that. Once they remove it, the price of things will go up. Now, if you now float the naira, the price of, the value of naira is will depreciate. And for those who are bringing things into the country, it is what they buy that they will sell. So if you are happy that they removed their subsidy and they floated naira, and you are complaining that everything is hard right now, are you not mad?
èèyàn ò ní rówó ra mọ́tò mọ́ o wọ́n máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní pààyàn kiri ní nàìjíríà ni o ẹ rò pé kò sí
APC wà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ wọ́n máa lọ sínú government house lọ́ máa pa àwọn èèyàn because ẹ wo nǹkan tẹ́ ń ṣe you are putting stress on Nigeria. Turkey ẹyọ kan ní ibi tí wọ́n ti ń ta oúnjẹ ó ti di 4,000 naira nísìnyí tí gbogbo nǹkan ti ń rise Turkey máa di 5,000 Turkey tó yẹ ká rà ní 1 pack for 4,000 naira ẹyọ kan oṣooṣù ti wá di 4,000 ṣe rí pé nǹkan ti wà unbearable
cement 9,000
sìmẹ́ǹtì ti wèrè Dangote yẹn ó ti di 9,000 ẹ dẹ̀ lọ sí neighboring country Africa wọ́n tà ní 1,500 níbẹ̀ ẹ dẹ̀ ń jẹ́ kí gbogbo nǹkan níyàn lára Yorùbá ló wà lórí throne o Yorùbá tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ fi sí kókó mi ò gba owó o ẹ ní soríire o ẹ ní soríire o bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣe ń jẹ́ kó ẹ kàn sọ fún mi talẹ́ ní ibo lọ́ọ́ fi sí tọ́rọ̀ ìtì ẹ̀ sí pé ẹ láti máa increase cost of living is it that ẹ fẹ́ pa everybody ṣe fẹ́ pa everybody ni ẹ sọ fún mi even the billionaires tó jẹ́ normal billionaires tó ṣe ń dìde wọn ò ní rí nǹkan ṣe mọ́ because poor people ló ń fìdí yín owó poor people lẹ fi ń di billionaire poor people yẹn ò wá ní rí nǹkan kan ṣe mọ́ èèyàn ò ní rówó ra mọ́tò mọ́ o wọ́n máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí.
Very soon, Otoni now, it's true. Somebody that was happy a few months ago. So what was he thinking? What was he actually really thinking? That people will suffer, and the same set of people were buying themselves cars. Billions of naira was flying here and there. So you, in your own suffer head, you are telling yourself, we just need to, all of us need to stop. We need to stop talking about this dollar. Our dependence on dollar is too much. Is it dollar that we are spending in Nigeria? And I don't even understand all these things. We are spending naira. You are just a stupid person. You are very stupid. This is not 10th century. Okay? So you can continue to pretend or continue to be foolish. The criminals that are telling you things will be this or that, and then you open it on the table, they are telling you what they want. We are doing this because of you. Nigerians must understand that we must bear the labor pain. But when you look under the table, all of them are where they starve, they hungry. Oh, they said Indomie now is 1,000 naira. They want to kill us, ni. You have no idea, right? You just choose to remain ignorant, right? The people that are telling you to endure, when you look under the table, Baba, you see different kind of dishes. Fresh food. Smelling great. There's those smelling that I said, when you walk into a big kitchen where they are making different kind of food, right? And you're like, oh my God. Oh no. Those are the billions you are smelling. A lot of you are, instead of doing, oh no, my God. That's so salivating. Billions in Lengboye, and you are just like, oh God, 100 billion. Oh God, 50 billion. Hey, oh God. You are salivating, Abi, but they are asking you to endure. So you can continue to make yourself in a way that makes you feel like there is a reward. Someday everything is going to be fine. Whoever is telling you that doesn't love you. Everything is not going to be fine. In fact, these people want more of you, more of us, right? Drown in that, drenched in that poverty pool. You have no idea if you still don't have an idea yet. If you still don't get it, you may never get it. Trust me. Somebody has a better explanation about this removal or no removal. In case if you are out there, IMF is now saying, we want to thank Mr. President of Nigeria for removing subsidy. We want to thank the President of Nigeria for paying subsidy secretly. IMF now, I'm coming back to that.
To the government on
consequences of subsidy removal and palliative management, we need to have a renewed conversation about the political economic philosophy of Nigeria, the operating system. We need to have a new conversation about it so that we can mobilize the Nigerian people along the next, a new direction out of our current challenges. And let me say this, there can be no substitute to energy security. No amount of palliatives can substitute for energy security. You see, when people are canvassing the removal of subsidy for many years with reckless abandon, with such thoughtlessness, they did not figure in the idea of energy security in all of the conversation. Energy security is a primary responsibility of the government because it forms an integral part of national security. And if you agree with me that the primary purpose of the government is security and welfare, you now understand that national security and welfare for citizens rest on the foundation built by energy security. And because energy security simply means the affordability and availability of energy products and services, that affordability component of energy security makes subsidy a permanent feature of energy security. Something that should never have been removed. In fact, its canvassing should never have happened at all in any public discussion. No presidential candidate should have run on a campaign to remove subsidy. None. It's something that is not done anywhere in the world. The America that is the headquarters of capitalism subsidizes petrol, subsidizes food, subsidizes education, subsidizes all subsidizables. In fact, for the purpose of energy security, people don't know this, FDR practically died to secure for America energy using energy diplomacy. In 1945, this man was dying. He was sick. His BP was 260 over 150. Fresh from the Yalta conference in Crimea with Joseph Stalin and Prime Minister Winston Churchill on the eve of the end of the World War. He knew he had worked hard to overcome Germany in the Second World War. But post-war economic recovery, even for America, who spent so much to bring about the defeat of Nazi Germany, was of concern to him. And he identified Saudi Arabia as a source of secure energy for America. And so he sailed towards Saudi Arabia to meet with the founder of Saudi Arabia, King Abdulaziz bin Saud. Saud also left his own domain to the government.
Don't worry. I will break it down for you. Talking about energy security. Do you know that a lot of the time, most of these Olori Brukus ruining Nigeria, they continue to threaten you that what you say about them can cause, can create a problem in Nigeria that can threaten national security. Omoale Sowore is currently being illegally detained in Nigeria. His travel passport is being withheld by these rogues, even when court said it should be released to him. Omoale Sowore was brutalized, nearly killed, illegally jailed because he asked for revolution now. They said hashtag revolution now. It was a threat to national security. But what they didn't tell you that has continued to be a threat to national security of Nigeria and everybody's life is the fact that they continue to grow poverty where people are unable to afford basic needs. And you see that history that economics was trying to relate there, right? It's true. America is the world-known headquarters of capitalism. Listen, capitalism is all about you must earn your pay. There is no free food, even in Freetown. Do you understand? There is no charity. Nobody will give you, you know what I mean? Like you have to earn your pay. Okay. However, capitalism is very fair. The capitalist knows that they can only amass enough wealth in a well, peaceful, economically viable society. In a society where large number of people lack access to education, lack access to healthcare, and they are their purchasing power is ridiculous. They are also threat to the rich. So you must balance the equation enough that everyone can thrive, even in a capitalist society. Poor man can have access to funding, to access education. A poor person can access healthcare. Do you understand? When the society is built in a way that if you are rich enough, you can send your children to go and get a more expensive education elsewhere. You can decide to have access to the best and more expensive healthcare. It's available with your money. But an average person must have access to standard healthcare as at when needed. That's how society will work. That's how things will balance. That is how the agitation, anger, increase in crime, different crimes that will later throw the entire country into chaos will be prevented. And once in a while, people get fed up still with the fact that the capitalists are still not fair. Do you understand? That's how he used America. In America, they subsidize healthcare, subsidize education, subsidize energy. In the UK, they subsidize healthcare, subsidize energy, subsidize education, so that people can have access to them, develop themselves, whether they are rich or poor. They can be, they can get access to healthcare, whether rich or poor. With that, they will not have any resentment against those who have access to those things easily. The criminals in Nigeria did not think of that. They don't give a damn. The Nigerians have no energy. They have no electricity. And even they are telling you, Nigerians are so poor that they cannot really afford to pay for 24 hours electricity. And they don't care. They don't know that is a threat to national security. Today, they have over 20 million children out of school. But these guys are buying billions of naira cars. They are budgeting trillions of naira for them, for their own luxury. And the 20 million out of school children, they will have no access to education, no access to healthcare, no access to any opportunity except the ones they create for themselves, mostly from crime. That is a threat to national security, not what you say about these criminals. They, Nigerian ruiners, they are threats to Nigerian security, national security. And so, whatever hardship you call it today, like I've told you many times, they are just the preface, the preamble, the peripheral, the peripheral of the entire shege that you are still going to see. Every day, they will tell you something of renew this. The other one, they will remind you, shege yisheshe berenio, subsidy on energy. Nigeria needs a lot of energy to become a viable economy. People need access to them to be able to create wealth for themselves. And this access has been denied them by the only authority that has the power, to indeed boost that sector, at least for the sake of growth alone and for millions of people's lives. Investing in power and seeing to the execution and implementation or completion of such project that Nigerians have access to 24 hours electricity should be primarily something that anyone knows automatically will cut down insecurity by more than half. It is not a rocket science. A lot of people who are today jobless, docile, who have now become the devil's workshop, they will be gainfully employed. Starting from that, they will reboot their own country, their own communities, and the rest of that. And everything will connect later. But they deliberately choose not to do that. And that is unforgivable. You know that? So, but still, they said they were giving subsidy on electricity Do you want to know the whole truth, the real truth? Now, the peculiar mess, Penkele Mess's son, Adelabu, said Nigeria can no longer afford to pay subsidy on electricity. Look at me very well. Nigeria doesn't pay any shingbang on electricity. What Nigeria gave is called waiver. Okay? Waivers for anyone who is coming in to invest in power projects in Nigeria. Okay? You will not be charged custom duty to bring in your equipment. Every other way, every other thing you needed to do, including getting you site and where you're going to set up, all of that, they will provide them for you. And they will even give you about 5 years tax-free something. So you won't pay any tax. So this has been in existence for a very long time. Okay? So by so doing, you see those little investment, but you remember before then, Nigeria invested in power in some areas, right? Where majority of those infrastructures are completely obsolete. Now, majority of them are obsolete. They are old. 50 years, 40 years old. They do not really meet today's real demand on power. So to say, no improvement. So, and those who are coming to invest in your power back then, their investment is not enough. It's like a drop in the ocean, drop of water in the ocean. So what Nigerian criminals are now doing is that they were using their own infrastructure that they built years ago, like Kainji Dam, Shiroro, and few others like that. Okay, that barely generates maybe 3,000 megawatts of electricity, and from them they barely possibly like distribute 1,500 of that megawatt. It's so bad, and the investment in power has been so poor. Obasanjo, who wanted to start, who started 11 independent power projects then, you know the story. Majority of them are, abandoned today. Do you get that now? So what the government now developed then is that, you see the ones that are the government property, they will be budgeting on them, stealing the money, no real investment. Then they will be counting on those other independent power providers like that, right? Which are also not many. So matching these two together, they believe that they are not making enough money. Sure, you get now. Remember those old time projects too. Some of them are regional projects too. Kainji Dam is not owned by Nigeria alone. I think Shiroro is also not owned by Nigeria alone. I'm not sure. All the electricity generated from Kainji is shared between all these West African countries because the water, River Niger, belongs to all of them. So if Nigeria wants to have electricity from River Niger, they must share the electricity with other, you know what I mean? So in fact, from what we heard, because Nigeria built it, they have to sell the electricity at a subsidized rate to some of these West African countries. You know, Benin, Togo, what do you call it, Chad, Niger. That's why Nigeria could cut off Niger when they declared war on Niger. Do you understand that now? So, but the rest, I think from what I heard, in fact, it's where Nigeria is actually really making money from electricity, selling the little they are selling to these West African countries. Inside Nigeria, the Dakudaji one, they barely make anything from it. So, according to them, they believe that they should be making so much money from electricity. Number one, the rate at which they sell electricity, because most of them, according to them, they've sold them, by the way, they are not owned by Nigeria per se. I think, which one did they sell? Disco, Abigenco. Genco are the generating electricity generating companies, the ones generating the power. Another set of companies, they are called the Disco. Those are the ones that are distributing the electricity. So those are private companies as well. You get that now? And those ones who are selling whatever they get from the national grid to customers, and they're making money from it. Now back to the subsidy they gave to these power companies. So to these criminals who are looking for money everywhere they can see money, even inside the dead person's pocket, they go pick your pocket. They feel like they are losing money by granting all those licenses to those power companies operating in Nigeria, by telling them that they can have 2 years tax-free. They were supposed to be making about 1.2 trillion naira. if they were not doing that. So to them now, they are not doing that anymore. All the power companies in Nigeria, those of them who are enjoying some tax-free this or that before, Nigeria is losing money, Nigeria need money. All those deals are now off the table. Since they are now going to be off the table, a lot of you are still using some rates. Now you have to pay tax. Now you have to pay this. Now they have to begin to suck you. Some of you are going to actually fold up. Believe me, you will not be able to survive it. If you are working for any distribution company, electricity distribution company, you better start looking for another job. And if you are a cook, that one will kind of help. Start cooking food. You probably will like survive that for a while. Because you see what they are doing right now is that all of una go have to squeeze something out. Tifnumbu need money. And if they squeeze you, now who you go squeeze? No be your customers. Now that you are hearing the news that there will be no subsidy on electricity, no subsidy again, no subsidy again, we are in debt, we are losing money, we are kineko. You see all of that, It simply means in the next 1 or 2 months, you see that electricity where you no get, that you are still paying for, Baba, you might actually probably start considering cutting off the NEPA wire completely. And those of you who are lucky enough that they have given you the, what do you call that one, electric meter, digital meter or whatever, right? You are lucky. Some people, they've never given them for the past 8 years. They even celebrated that they opened meter manufacturing company, I think in Kano, or where did they open that one that year? That they were opening, that all of you that are waiting for your meters from NEPA, don't worry. They are producing them now. We just opened the meter manufacturing company in Kano. 8 years now, a lot of you are still waiting. But you are paying, Abi, this time around. The other day, you remember that woman that said, 70,000, 70,000 for one room. I only have my phone and my charger. 70,000 for electricity, Baba. You are about to be hit. Hit me. They are about to hit you now, but they are already preparing you. No subsidy on electricity again. No free food in Freetown anymore. If you wake up tomorrow, or if you wake up in March and your electricity bill goes up by 100 or 200%, for example, you where they manage, they pay 3,000 before. Your money don't enter 6,000, Abi. Lucky you. It is about to become 18,000. Ask those who are still arguing. It's a lie. Then 12.5 kg of gas. I still bought it from my customer yesterday. It is 8,500. Come to Abraka. In Abraka yesterday, it's just 8,002. Your own is even expensive. It's not everything. Everything will be blaming government. Things are coming down today. If you come to Onitsha, it is just about 3,000 naira for 12 kg. Gbogbo. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people have now agreed that 12.5 kg of gas is now over 18,000 naira. Mind you, this may even be like the price for 2 days ago. Because now power, everything they go up. A lot of you will discover a lot of things, later too. So the bottom line is that electricity is going to go up price, whether you get power or you don't get power. Do you understand? Even though they told you the Germans are coming. Remember that signing of Siemens Germany? You remember? They never find plane we go carry them come Nigeria. I've been a ship we go bring the equipment they never find. I told you. Tifnubu went to Germany to go and beg Germany that please don't send them back home. 14,000 Nigerians were due for deportation as far back as January 2022. But this is January 2024. Buhari Boju, he avoided Germany for straight 3 years since they know they asked him. Buhari, see, 14,000 Nigerians to be deported from Germany. We thought it was exaggerated. It was true. And it is still true. Buhari avoided Germany for a very long time. He no one see them. They were offering him different things. We'll give you this. We'll give money to, we'll support no, bring 14,000 Nigerians from Germany. Those ones where they here. If we see anywhere where we feel send all of them go, we'll go send them go. Because Wala have too much. Buhari avoided though. So in January 2023, they approached the then presidential candidate, Tifnumbu, that please, if you become president, will you help us? We'll support you, we'll give you this or that. I don't know what he told them. Then when they hear that Tifnumbu has managed to rig himself to become your president, they send people to him. Baba, see, Germany would like to host you. They were not talking about electricity anywhere. Electricity ko. Atupani. Tifnumbu went to Germany to say, please don't deport them. But you know something, once we get outside there, let us, please, let us, when the camera is on, just let us sign this paper. Now, blank sheet, nobody they read them. Oh yeah, sign it and we tell them that we are signing the Siemens deal so that they can bring 24 hours electricity to Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, I think this was probably like, I think it was around July or August. Since then, maybe Germany itself no get water. Because if na ship they won't bring, even if na push they push the ship. By now they go down land for Lagos. They are still coming to bring electricity to you. All those lies, you can wait to, but until they come, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how much you are paying for electricity now. I don't know how much it costs you to run your business now on generator and power and NEPA. It is about to get worse. It's about to get worse. I saw some people celebrating that the price of Agbado has crashed in Kebbi. Baba, they said from 70,000 naira. They don't sell them for about 40,000 naira for Kebbi. What are you waiting for? From Abeokuta to Kebbi, what do you think? Go and pack some bag of Agbado. If you go there and you come back, you will make money. Oh. I'm serious. And this is what they do. You all know that when you look at the source of all of this, and then you look at what they are doing, that is so contrary to indeed actually ending the source of all this mystery, right? But you are telling yourself, they said that all of us should be awful. Awful. So let's move forward a bit, okay? Because this time around, they said that if you are a nurse in Nigeria, you know that story of Nigeria losing their best brains, professionals to the rest of the world because of Japa. It is a terrible thing. A lot of people have left Nigeria, and when they show the data don't lie. Statistics don't lie. They do matter. In Nigeria, Baba, see, I love you, right? Even if you don't like me because of Tifnumbu, it doesn't matter. I still love you. My advice they are always golden, but they are free. Some of you just treat them with levity. I do not wish you anything evil. I do not wish to see you go through what you are going through now. But my wish doesn't matter. As they say, elections have consequences. And to those of you who never really wanted this, but here we are. All of us are now trapped in it. If I feel kneel down, beg you, I go kneel down, beg you. Okay? Please, anything you do, I beg no forsake. Mo mọ nǹkan tí mò ń sọ o. I know wetin I dey talk o. If you fall sick in Nigeria now, your money may not even save you. Even your money. Talk less of people like us we no get money. Tó bá lọ sick ìpẹ́rẹ́nsìn, èèyàn lè gbàbẹ̀ lọ straight o. Kò ń ṣe pé no be say my o. A member of my own extended family died a week ago. And when they told me how she died, losing complete, hope in the situation of Nigeria just got more validated. Let me tell you what happened to her. From what I heard now, right? She's been diabetic. And being diabetic in Nigeria now is expensive. It's like a death sentence. The same diabetics that people have here in the UK. And it is the business of the government to make sure that you are supplied enough insulin that will keep you. It's a manageable health problem. And you can be like that for the rest of your life. And you can still be the greatest, do everything every normal people do. In Nigeria, it is death sentence. You see, this is my family member. They say she's been suffering from it. And when she fell into crisis and then, into a shock, they took her to the hospital. But there was no bed. Then they took her to another one. There was no doctors on hand. And she was left in the car for hours until she went into a coma. And they took her back home. She was in that coma for like a day or two. And she never recovered from it. She died. And do you know how many people who actually die for seamless diseases like that? Not because they don't have money. They even manage to get the money and say, okay, yeah, take the money. Nigeria lost 43,000 medical practitioners to the rest of the world in 3 years because of Japa. So the criminals in Nigeria are not seeing that as a national crisis. Or maybe they do see it as a national crisis, but their own solution is to make sure that the rest of you who are studying medicine and all of that, nursing and all that, you will never leave Nigeria. Yes. I think they said you do housing or house practice. What do you call that thing again? When you as a nurse or doctor will have to serve for a year. And after that, you probably will be certified that you could practice anywhere in the world or wherever you want to. Or you could even say, I am going to further my education abroad. So the Medical Association of Nigeria will have to issue you an approval to say, yeah, you are a doctor, you are a graduate and all that. Housemanship. God bless you. Housemanship. So once you are a trained nurse, doctor, what have you, you go and do what is called the housemanship. You'll be an attaché to a medical establishment or a medical facility where you can work, your field. And I think it's for a year, is it? So now the problem now is that a lot of people are just waiting to graduate, possibly do the housemanship, and then they just get out of Nigeria. Some are not even waiting. But the dumb basses that are running Nigeria, they believe that the two ways to cash in from this or benefit from this is to make sure that those of you who are there in Nigeria, you will have to be delayed for another 6 months. I mean, people complain about what it takes to get to that final year medical school in Nigeria. Like you need to hear their stories. They are horrible, horrible stories that a lot of people feel like the trauma lives with a lot of them too. Now they have extended that. So you have to stay for another 6 months for something, this or that. And then if you need some clearance to possibly leave Nigeria, I think you can't really do that anymore. And if you have to do that, that also will take more time. And all of this is not, it's going to be like you serving Nigeria. You can't work. You cannot say, okay, fine. I'm not even traveling abroad. I'm a graduate now. I've done this or that. I want to go and look for a job and work as a medical practitioner. You can't. You still have to do that free time work or so and delay for another extra 6 months. And I'm like, why are they doing that? Well, it is because it is Nigeria. So some people are beginning to protest it. They are beginning to sort of raise alarm about it. But it seems that those behind it are not changing their minds. we call this from the Ihala today, maybe because Obi was there, right? Take a look. So why were they saying they love him? They love him in a Hiala. I think it's because of this.
Again, this occasion to appeal to the nursing and medical council of Nigeria to reverse the recent stringent conditions of our nursing personnel working overseas. We cannot restrict our young ones' opportunity of global employment. That is what is available today. Nigeria is the third most wanted nurses globally, and they have to be allowed to seek the opportunities that are global for them. What we should do as a nation is, since we have these young ones that are productive and everything, is to invest more in a short and more nursing college of nursing sciences all over Nigeria, but we every local government produce more, ensure that we give them the fastest support to get job globally and become a brand we should celebrate, because they are the ones that were going to invest in Nigeria through their remittances and everything. We will generate the required foreign exchange.
You know, the sense in that is that there is a reason why a lot of them are leaving Nigeria. That is not addressed by Nigeria, and they don't have any plan of addressing that. They are poorly paid, they are poorly equipped, and in most cases, they are mostly undervalued. And with the worsening economic situation in Nigeria, they are falling into poverty. A lot of these young ones who are nurses, doctors here and there, they can see those who are supposed to be their senior colleagues, some of them their parents, who have been there and been, maltreated so much that they wish never to be like them in that condition. So rather than pay them, most of the time they don't even get paid. Imagine not paying doctors, health workers. Then to make it worse, right? Imagine not paying them well. Okay, put it this way. They are not being paid well. Then imagine them not even being paid at all. And they are still blamed if they ever down tools. Oh, hey, people are dying, these doctors are on strike. Why would they go on strike? And they are so heartless people. They are so this or that. So a lot of them decided to leave the place for you. And it is not every one of them who wants to leave. So what are you doing to make them not leave? What are you doing about their welfare? Not what you will do. What are you doing? These rogues are saying that if they want to leave, they should leave. Nigeria produces enough doctors, produces enough nurses. If they want to leave, they should leave. In fact, the best way to benefit from it is to make laws that will now compel anybody that hire any Nigerian that is trained from Nigeria. If you went to school in Nigeria as a nurse or doctor, and you get employed by anybody in America, Canada, or anywhere, those countries and those employers, they must remit a certain percentage of your salary to Nigeria, because Nigeria trained you. As if to say, now free, you go school. But actually, now free, you they go nursing school in Nigeria. You remember when they started that propaganda? It's unpatriotic. How can Nigeria train you and then you will now abandon Nigeria and go abroad? You remember when they were gaslighting you, doctors, nurses, when they were gaslighting you? Did you go to school for free? Did you pay for all those lab tests and those lab training and all of that? Did you pay for them? I mean, did you get them for free? This Olori Brukus believes that you hold them, Abi, even when they treat you like a piece of shit, right? Then they said, okay, if Nigeria did not train them, and can't they be patriotic to Nigeria, patriotic to poverty? You are not angry that the criminals in Nigeria don't give a shit about them. You want to gaslight them to make them feel bad that they do not, or they didn't go to school, so that they will end up and their family will end up in poverty. You are not pained about that. So they tried to gaslight you that time. You remember? So now they want all those countries that employ you to pay some part of your salary to them in Nigeria. They are making the law. Oh, now so now they laugh. Say, come, may they come collect time now. They are so full of themselves in that place. You see those rogues running Nigeria. They are so, they live in their own world, right? And then you begin to wonder, how do people actually understand them, that they are comfortable with them, that Nigeria is still accommodating and allowing them to run riot like that? They call them leaders. How? They always want to benefit from every mystery. And that is why they are trying to stop you, as if to say that will stop you. Baba? Instead of spending 1 year in Nigeria, in that their nursing school and all that, with all you already know. You know, this abroad too will give you a very nice course in your field. All you have to do is to do 2 years. And you see what they want to, even when you are doing that there, you will still be earning money, you will still be paid, much appreciated, much valued, and you can even dream big for when it's going to be, you are going to get your practicing license from these countries. But these rogues don't think that way. They decided to go about with it and they issued a circular. That's it. That's what we're going to do to stop people from going abroad. That won't stop people from going. It will even encourage them to even leave more. But you see the rest of you that are clapping for them. Those of you that they are easily deceiving with all this free talk, with nothing really being done. Shama seek you. If you go for sick anyhow, you could even when you get money. Majority of those that are left, that are being maltreated, assaulted, abused, economically disenfranchised, disempowered, they are the ones who are now there. Cripple for life. See, they are leaving those ones they can easily frustrate to attend to health care. Allah seek you. Only gun labere lórí o. Ẹlòmíì lè sọ fẹ́ pé well, listen. The injection, chemochloroquine tó máa fún ẹ, they have to inject your head. Inú Nigeria ló ń bí wọn. They will be the product of the frustrated ones they are keeping there. And now your body, they go to test all those anger. Ma lọ sick you. Whether you like Mayegun or you don't like Mayegun, ma lọ sick you.